The owner of a carry-out restaurant finds himself in a fight for his life after investigators say two armed men stormed his business. Here's Alexa Ashwell with Maryland's Most Wanted.
Investigators say a fight over a gun ended with the owner of this carry-out restaurant shot and two men on the run. One of the suspects has been identified by Baltimore police as Christopher Briggerman, 44 years old, with a lengthy rap sheet.
January 1st, 2025, East Baltimore. It's the first night of the new year. Several employees are working here at American Wings and Pizza when suddenly investigators say two masked men enter the carryout shop, one of them armed with a gun.
Armed robbery in progress. St. Paul and 24th at American Pizza and Wings. Complainant says that someone's robbing the place with a gun.
But before officers arrived inside, investigators say the victims begin fighting back. The owner and one suspect struggling over the gun when suddenly shots fired.
We had a shooting at St. Paul and 24th. The first someone was shot during a robbery.
Investigators say the owner was shot 3 times, twice in the head and once in the arm. Miraculously, he's able to drive himself to the hospital.
We had a bullet trail inside the business in the back.
Officers arrive on scene. By this time, the suspects were gone. The other victims pointing police to 4 .22 caliber spent cartridges and something else they say the gunman left behind.
356. The workers investigate suspect dropped his hat, and they have it here. But from what I've gathered, it's going to be a male wearing a black ski mask and all black clothing.
During the struggle over the gun, investigators say one suspect's mask came off. What would end up being a critical mistake.
Investigators were able to identify the believed gunman.
When canvassing the area, investigators say responding officers found this surveillance footage. Cameras had captured the two suspects after the crime. One suspect without his mask.
Investigators were able to use the camera footage and take a picture of the suspect and utilize databases within the police department to identify the suspect.
Those databases indicating 44-year-old Christopher Briggerman was their suspect, according to court records. At the hospital, investigators say officers showed the owner the surveillance footage, and he confirmed they were the two men who had attempted to rob his carryout at gunpoint. A warrant was issued for Briggerman's arrest.
The United States Marshals Service has now joined the search for this suspect.
Records show 2 weeks before this attempted armed robbery, a warrant was issued for Briggerman's arrest for violating his probation. The original charge? Yet another attempted armed robbery. In fact, records show Briggerman has been arrested or charged with nearly a dozen robberies or attempted robberies over the past 25 years, dating back to the year 2000, when he was linked to a months-long spree of robberies or attempted robberies across Baltimore City and Baltimore County. Briggerman now once again linked to a violent robbery attempt, this one nearly taking a life.
It's extremely important to get him off the streets because of his history of carrying firearms, of robbing people. Now, while on probation, being accused of shooting somebody, we need to get him off the streets as soon as possible to keep our citizens safe.
Investigators say they're still working to identify that second suspect. Take a good look. Briggerman stands at about 5'6" and weighs approximately 155 pounds. Investigators warn he is known to have violent tendencies. If you have any information regarding his whereabouts, you're asked to contact the U.S. Marshals Service. The number, 202-819-5058. Remember, you can always remain anonymous, and you could earn a reward. I'm Alexa Ashwell, and this is Maryland's Most Wanted.